Live there, live on Facebook, and we're live both platforms. All right. Okay, very good. We're getting started just about a minute or so early. And now we got 2 more minutes till class actually starts. I'm not sure about the YouTube. I can't see on YouTube Live whether people have popped in. There we go. I have my first person popping in on Facebook Live, so it makes sense. I've been talking about, okay, here's what we're doing today, here's my schedule, and here's what you might need, but it doesn't make that much sense to talk about that until I see at least someone popped up. But anyway, thank you for joining today. We're going to do Vinyasa Yoga at 10:30. I'll probably announce this again in a couple minutes for the people who chime in just on time or a little bit late. But normally I'm not using props in my classes because I assume that people don't have all the props that yoga teachers might have at home. And there's a way to adapt your body to do the same things you do with blocks and things like that. Use your fingertips or just bend your knee or different things like that. But today we are going to use a strap, and this is a scarf. So I've got this just to keep my neck warm before we get to the more vigorous parts of practice. For Vinyasa, you probably want shorts and a tank, but starting off with a little jumper on to stay warm before we get to the heat building flow is good. And if you don't have a yoga strap, a scarf that's sturdy, or just a long thin towel, a belt, a bathrobe tie will work. We're going to do some work with it to stretch open the shoulders and the hamstrings, and that's going to help a lot with both the preparation for a wheel pose and the recovery from that pose as well. And they're just nice stretches to do regardless, even if you're not a wheel pose practitioner. So still have 1 more minute. If we've never met before, my name is Gabriel Benjamin, and been teaching yoga since 2001. Very excited to continue offering these classes. It's a rainy morning, so that's a perfect day for a nice heat building flow. When you do these flows, if you prefer more of a slow practice with less movement, just leave out the chaturanga, leave out the push-ups, and you're good to go. If you can never seem to get enough of a challenge, I'll show you options for doing extra chaturangas. So you can always do an extra chaturanga. Occasionally you might do an extra handstand, even though I'm not teaching that specifically too often. These classes are all for donation. So please click the links I've provided and make a donation if you can. If you cannot, then just make sure to give a positive comment and share every video you watch for free. I would like you to share that video, not just share one of my videos and say, hey, hit this guy up. But you're welcome to have as many free videos as you want if you need them. And my request is that you share every free video you have. So please like, comment, and share. It helps me out a lot, and I'll continue to provide content for all of you. And yes, it's that time again. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll do a nice little warm up in standing. So go ahead and stand and take some deep breath. Continue deep breath. And work on slowing down the exhale. And we'll do a few more deep breaths. So stand with the feet parallel to each other and lengthen and spread the toes. Tuck the tailbone a bit and draw in the core. Feel that the chest is open and your arms are relaxed. Breathe very deep and exhale nice and slow. Go ahead and lift the arms a little bit, the elbows bent, and twist side to side. Continue rhythmic breathing. This is called the palm tree vinyasa. It's a very gentle flow, but it does access the muscles a bit, and it's very good for warming up slow and getting the circulation going. So I'm making all of my classes different sequencing, but a lot of the warm-up, you'll see the most amount of overlap in the warm-up sequence. And that's a good thing, actually, to have warm-ups that are very similar, because it's easier to learn, and eventually you can do this on your own. Say, for instance, if the power ever goes out, but we still want to do our yoga practice. The more you do something, the more muscular skeletal memory is memorized in the body. You get to that point where you know things so well, you don't even have to think too much. You just breathe and flow. Good. Let's finish on the left side and relax the arms. Loop out the shoulders. Do both directions. And then rolling out the wrists. Do about 3 each way. Getting little crunchies out of the wrists. And we'll do another wrist exercise. So you have the fingers draping down and then the arms lift. And the palms push out and the arms are down. And continue that, breathing in and breathing out. And when we do vinyasa, we have planks and chaturangas. Sometimes it's a lot on the wrists. When you warm the wrists up really thoroughly, then it's less of an issue. However, if you ever feel too much in the wrists, feel free to adapt, modify, skip the chaturangas. Maybe sometimes you'll come back and do extra movements like these last 2 movements we've done. You can always do extra therapies for the wrists. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and lift both arms, weave the fingers together and push up through the palms. And now stretch to the right and the left. Very smooth. Go side to side. And come on back to center. And arms relax. All right. Let's take some half sun salutes. We'll go ahead and inhale, arms lift. And exhale, fold down. You might need to bend the knees for this. And we're going to straighten the back and stand up really tall. And lift the arms and fold down. Having the back straight, super important for standing up. Bending the knees helps a lot. Lie down. And come on up. And flow down. And we're going to do downward dog, where you walk the feet back. Lift the hips high. Press strong into the hands. Walk your dog, bending one knee and the other.
And when you're ready, go ahead and press into the heels and lift the hips high. Press the hands forward and relax down the back of the neck. So still holding the dog stretch. High hips. Breathe deep. And then let's all take a child's pose. So you take the knees to the ground, hips back, arms stretch forward, head down. And then take hands and knees. And then 3 times, roll out the back. Nice and loose. Continue the flow. And push into the legs. Hips high. Downward dog. Go ahead and take cat. And come to neutral, back to dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Couple cats and dogs. Ease down gradually and lengthen through the spine. Push back into the legs. 1 more time. Rounding the back to access the core. Downward dog. Child's pose. And come on up to sitting or kneeling. Big step up with the right foot. Let's go ahead and prop up on the fingers of the left arm. Bring the right arm up. Runner's twist. And then come on down. Take a half split. And come back to runner. Go ahead and switch to hands and knees. Lower all the way. Inhale, easy cobra. And exhale, complete release. Inhale, locust, lift the legs and chest. And exhale, release. Inhale, cobra, using the arms a bit. And exhale, lower. If you feel warmed up enough, do up dog. Bring the hands low and lift, or just lift to neutral. Otherwise, lift the thighs, upward dog, and draw into the core and push back into the legs. Downward dog. Push into the hands so strong, have the head relaxing. Deep breath. And again, let's go ahead and take child's pose. Come on up to sitting or kneeling. And big step up with the left foot. Big step, maybe step twice if you need. You want the knee right above the ankle. Work on lifting the chest. And then open the chest and have the left arm up. Twisted runner. Deep breath. Nice long spine. Try not to slouch in the twist. Using your fist or your fingertips of the bottom hand will help a lot with that. Come on down. Very smooth. Half Hanuman or the half split. And then come on back. And next, take hands and knees. A part bow. Inhale, easy cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, locust. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra, using the arms, but just a little bit, keeping the shoulders low. And Come on down. Bring the hands low and do up dog, or just lift to neutral. Lifting the thighs, lifting the chest. And then drawing into the core. Downward dog. Hips high. Go ahead and walk or jump up to the top of the mat and fold over the legs. Straighten the back, stand tall, and lift the arms. Arms relax. Hands to heart. Next is chair pose, where you bend the knees, keep the hands to heart. If your knees are sore, you don't have to bend much. If you're able to go low, do that. And if your back feels good and your shoulders and neck feel good, extend the arms and draw into the abs. Fly the arms back. Keep drawing into the core. Inhale, arms lift. Do that 2 more times. So smooth. Downward dog. From downward dog, take a plank. And do 2 more rounds of plank to downward dog. Don't ride the wrists. You want to be just above them or not even that far. When you lower the hips, it's to the level that's just the right amount, not sinking into a partial cobra, but having the hips shoulder level or a little lower, but keeping the back flat or slightly rounded. So you're not dipping into your lumbar spine. That's good for now. You want to do the plank in a way that uses the core, it doesn't hurt the spine. Let's go ahead and put the knees on the floor and switch to having the elbows down. Walk the legs way back and have the hips shoulder level, flat back, or a little bit of a cat-like rounded back to access the core more. And we'll take the Sphinx stretch. Take a moment to breathe and feel open in the chest. And we're going to go ahead and come down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands lower. Inhale, up dog. Or do neutral lift. Exhale, downward dog. Hips high. Head down, hands press. So strong. And go ahead and lift the right leg high. Bring the knee to the nose and round the back. Parting the shoulder blades, tuck the chin, lift the core, and then re-extend and lift the right leg. Do a nice slow step up to crescent now, using that same type of core. Crescent lunge. Have a strong back leg and get low into the front thigh, the knee just above the ankle or heel, not too far forward. And we'll do a half bow. Inhale, lift. And then a full bow or another half bow. You're onto the core. Inhale, lift. Sit low into the crescent. And then hands down. Nice twist. Left arm down. Right arm up. Come on down. Spin to the side and bend the left leg and then the right. So we're in the straddle here. Doing that nice leg lunge once on each side, and then we come back to center. Use the core and lift up. Open the arms and open the right foot. Turn the back foot up a bit and take a nice warrior 2. Keep the knee open, the abs in, arms lifted, and then reverse warrior. Neutral lift, stomach in, or going deeper back. Side angle, you can do elbow to knee or hold the ground. Open the chest.
Glide on down. Runner's position. Stay in runner for a breath or two, or lift more. And if it feels good, send the arms back, open up to the chest. Downward dog. Now we have the option just to stay here, or you can do a flow through up dog, back to down dog. Lift the left leg high when you're ready. Round the back, bring the knee to the nose, parting the shoulder blades. And lifting the left leg. And take a big step up. Crescent lunge. Long lunge, or shorter if you need more of a restful training session, a restful practice. Back leg super strong. Drawing to the core. Breathe. And take a half bow. Yeah, lift. And take a full bow, or another half bow is great too. Lift. Breathe. Hands to ground. Right arm stays down. Twist your chest toward your knee. Now we're in a rotated lunge. And come on down. Next, we're going to spin to the side. Bend your right leg once. And then left. Come back to center. And then draw into the core. And stand on up. Open up the left leg. Have the arms up. Take warrior two. Keep the knee open, abs in. From warrior two, train a neutral lift and really keep the abs in. And if it feels safe on your back, go back, express a deep stretch, keep breathing. And then taking side angle. Glide down. Runner's lunge. And work on creating a lift, maybe just lifting the chest with the hands down or holding like this. Or if it feels good, come up and back, express the arms back. Keep the hips centering. They tend to push out to the side, but try and keep them centering so it's better for your back and you're using the core to stabilize. Downward dog. Feel free just to hold downward dog, or you can go to child if you'd like rest. Otherwise, we're going to move through the flow, adding in cobra or up dog. And if you love extra working out, you can do an extra chaturanga, but you don't have to. Just do it smooth with the breath, and we'll all meet back in downward dog. And then go ahead and hop or lightly walk to the top of the mat. Come into a half lift and then a full fold. Next, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit deep into the chair and then relax to standing. One more time, chair pose, sit very deep and then fold over the legs. Plank position. And we'll put the right knee down. Take the left arm up. If the knee doesn't feel good, try a towel or cushion under it. Come on down. Other side. Come on down. And take left arm up, feet together, or do knee down again. release. If you love a challenge, do a push-up or skip it. And other side. Come on down. Very smooth. Go right to downward dog or child. Otherwise, add in a vinyasa. Nice smooth flow. Downward dog. And child's pose. Let's go ahead and come on up to a kneeling position. And then right side, big step up. Warrior one, back foot down at a nice 45-degree angle. You can hold the thigh or the glutes if you have some balance issues or back pain. Otherwise, the arms are long and strong, and you sit low into it, drawing the core. And then do a half bow, lift, do a full bow 2 more times, or stay with the half bow. And make a spin, face the back direction, little change in perspective, different scenery. Warrior one, facing the back direction. And then make a spin back to the front again. Warrior one. And then hands down, lift up the back heel. And let's make a twist again. The right arm up, chest twisting toward the front knee, back leg super strong, and the breath is full and deep. Light on down, and take downward dog. If you'd like, you can take a vinyasa, cobra, or up dog, back to downward dog. And let's all take child's pose. Just rest for an extra breath. And from child, go ahead and come up to sitting or a kneeling position, and then take a big step up with the left foot. Back foot down. Warrior one on the left side. Remember your different options of hand placement. If the neck is sore, arms less aggressive, but if you can lift and connect the hands, then that's very nice. Back leg super strong. Take forward bend, half bow. Inhale, lift, and then either do that again or do 2 rounds of the full bow. Inhale, lift. Sit low, drawing the core. Breathe. And make a nice spin to face the other direction. Adjust the width of the stance as needed. Warrior one. Very centered. Right? Very clear and stable in the pose. Breathing. Always breathing. And then make a spin to face the front again. If the feet get sandwiched, just slowly open them so you're wide. You don't want to be too wide, but wide enough, as wide as the hips to get that nice squaring action of the hips. The squaring of the hips will give you a great stretch in the pose, which is nice to feel more open in the hips. Be more prepared eventually if you decide to do long practices of meditation. And hands down. Lift and center the heel. Make your twist to the left, right arm down, left arm up. Deep breath. Exhale, release. Downward dog. Feel free to stay here or adding in a cobra or an upward dog sequence, taking a moment to open up the heart and the chest, and then drawing into the core and push back into the legs. And knees down, fold the arms under the head, and again, a little bit of rest and child. Breathe, feel the mind, the pulse, and the breath all slow down together. When you're ready to come back, switch to hands and knees, and then we're going to turn on the mat. Walk or lightly hop the feet apart and lengthen out the back. Have a flat back. Use fingertips if you need extra height. If your hamstrings are very tight, you can bend the knees. Otherwise, the back's nice and flat. Go ahead and bend the right knee once. Hold with the arms on the ground, or you can make a little flourish with the arms and strengthen the core more. And then come back, hands on the ground. Other side, bend the opposite knee, hold, hands stay on the ground to enjoy relaxation, to enjoy a little bit more strength. Bring the arms in and then open out. Yeah, come on back. Come back to center. Place the left hand under the right side of the chest and then right arm up. Come on back. Right hand under the left side of the chest. Left arm up. And come back. Bend the knees. And then stand on. Open up the arms and the right foot. Make sure the right foot really opens. If it's too open, that's better than not enough. Remember that. Remember that the knee just goes above the ankle. You do not want to bend it like too far, like that's too far. Like right above the ankle is exactly what you want. And then we're going to take side angle. The arm on the thigh should be virtually weightless. And then we'll test that by bringing the hands to heart. The weight between there and here should be about the same. And that means you're using more of the core, right? Your back and your abdomen. And then to use even more of the core, we'll extend the arms and have the hands a little bit wide and open the chest. Keep the right knee opening. If you want more ease, lift. If you want more challenge, lower, but stay open in the chest and the hips. And then come back, hands to heart. Come back and take the left arm behind the back. Deep breath. Warrior two. And then let it all relax. Turning the back foot a little bit and open up the left side. Pass through warrior two. Bend your knee enough, but not too much. And then side angle. Very light left arm on the thigh. Right arm is at a nice diagonal angle, feeling length in the side body. You want to keep that sense of length all through the sequence. So we do the second phase where we bring the hands to heart. And then extend the arms
Remember your options. You can lift, and that's easier. You can lower more, so long as you can keep opening the chest, and that will help the core be very strong and the lateral muscles. And bring the hands back to heart. And then come into the shoulder opening variation with the right arm behind the back. And the left knee. Opening to the left. Let's go ahead and take Warrior 2. And then let everything relax and center. Clasp hands behind the back and stretch the chest. Deep breath. And then release that clasp. And bring the feet a little closer. And open the toes. And then take a horse stance or Devi Asana. Knees widening to get a real good stretch in the groin. And then come on up. And again, bend, knees widening. Come on up. Bend. Stand. Bend. Stand. And then bend. The feet and the knees should face the same direction, so make adjustments if you need. We're going to hold now. Hold the knees open for more of a stretch. And if you can keep that nice steady form, take the arm position with the classic mudra. And sit very low if you'd like. 2 more breaths. Long breath. Take your time with it. We'll do last breath. Good. Relax arms and legs. And then slowly heel toe in. And then come back to the top of the mat. Stretching the right thigh. If you have a wall to hold on to, hold the wall. Otherwise, lifting the left arm. And let's go ahead and do the other side. Nice deep stretch. Hold the wall or have the arm extended, draw into the core. Good. Go ahead and release. Take a nice little sun salute. Or just walk to downward dog. Otherwise, pass through plank. Hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Downward dog. In. Knees to the floor. One more time. Let's put the elbows down. The hands are off the mat. You should take up all of the mat or more. For another elbow plank. We're going to do Sphinx. So if you want to do that sooner, great option. If you're down to hold this a little bit, this will keep the fire burning. So enjoy the stillness combined with circulating the blood, prana throughout the system, with breath, building that deep inner fire in the core. Strong legs, very flat back. Part the shoulder blades to really integrate the front body muscles. And then the Sphinx stretch. And we can really enjoy that stretch now. And if you like, lengthen the arms. Good. Come on down. Hands alongside the chest. Use the core. Lift. Downward dog. Come back to plank. Holding plank. Strong legs. Lift out over the shoulders. And knees on the floor. Lower all the way. Bring the hands a little higher. And take cobra. See how that feels. Keep the elbows a little bit bent and the shoulders opening back. Take an extra breath. And come down. If that didn't feel so great, try Sphinx again, or the hands a little higher and wider. If you feel more open, if you feel really good going deep in Cobra, you can bring the hands back a little. Your choice. Just don't lock out the arms. Do roll the shoulders back and keep them fairly low so you can lift and open in the chest. Keep stretching back through the ankles. Have a steady gaze. Breathe. And come on down. Use the core and lift and push back. Downward dog. One more time, plank. And holding for about 2 to 3 long breaths. 1 or 2 more breaths. If you want, we're going to lower face down. You can do that right now, or just a little bit more and then lower. Knees down or lower straight. And then flip the hands backwards, elbows bent, and the palms push down if that feels okay. You can lift the legs and the chest a little bit more for that variation of locust. And come on down. And then place hands forward. And one more time, cobra. And come on down. Next pose we're going to do is sustained upward dog. Now, if your back needs more support, you can do it on your fists or blocks if you have them. Extra height helps. You can do Sphinx, locust, or cobra instead. Otherwise, bring the hands to the low ribs. Lift and lift the chest. Hold up dog. Usually we move through this, but this is an awesome pose to sustain. Opening up the chest. Don't crowd the neck with the shoulders. Shoulders down, sternum tall. A breath or 2 more. And then support with the core as we gradually transition to downward dog. And let's transition to sitting. Sit any way you like for a seated twist. I like sitting on my heels, but maybe you like to do like Lord of the Fishes or just legs in front, one leg bent. We'll twist to the right side. Nice deep twist to the right. And then the left.
Good. Keep breathing. Let's come back to center. If you haven't brought the legs out in front of you yet, go ahead and do that. And have your strap or scarf, belt, bathrobe tie, it all works. Right? And we're going to do some chest opening. If you need a moment to go grab something, even just like a long towel, a sweatshirt sleeve, we've all got something that will work. We're going to floss the upper back now. So you take your arms up and back. And repeat. Breathe very full. Work the tension out with the exhale. When you're ready, arms go back. If this is a big stretch, just stay here, and then eventually you can go back further. Just do the stretch to your level. Enjoy. This is going to help out with doing reclined back bends. So when you're doing bridge, you want to open up in the chest. And then eventually in wheel, you really need this type of chest and shoulder opening, even if your back is flexible. If your shoulders and chest are really tight, and the wheel's not really going to work for you, if you know what I mean. Wink. All right, awesome. Let's release from that. And set up to lower on the back. Release onto the back. Now, if you're not feeling more back bends, feel free to do hip openers reclined. And if you're up for it, have the feet down. Feet hip distance apart, feet and knees parallel, and then inhale, bridge. Maybe use the hands under the hips. You don't have to lift too high, but if it feels okay and you can breathe smooth, you lift and open up the chest. Your chest is going toward your chin. You don't want to crunch your chin into your chest. So the neck's fairly neutral. And come on down. Feel free to switch to hip openers if you prefer. Do another round of bridge, or if you'd like to practice wheel, we've really warmed up for that, so go ahead and give it a try. Come to bridge. If your bridge isn't really tall, like if this is your bridge, like just lifting halfway, that's no problem, but the wheel's probably not going to feel great. You might overdo it if you try too soon, so make sure you get a great opening in bridge. Then place your hands. Hands a little on the wide side really helps if your shoulders are tight. You take a wheel or stay in bridge. If you're doing the wheel practice, I recommend doing 2 to 3 and doing the first one very briefly. So I'm already done with the first one. First one just sort of wakes up the shoulders, shakes the rust off. When you're ready for the second wheel, you place the hands, keep them a little on the wide side. Unless you're very flexible, keep the feet and thighs hugging in. The second one usually feels much better. Check in with your breath. The smoothness of the breath is a clear indication of whether you should or shouldn't be doing this. If you're already done with back bends, you can have the feet wide, knees together. That's where we're all going to meet in just a minute. But otherwise, one more wheel option. Lifting the heels is good if your low back is tight. Great. Let's release from our back bending. Breathe. Make the feet wide and bend the knees in. And then the back.
feels nice and neutral, we're going to switch to knees very lightly into the chest. Hold the knee pits. Let's go ahead and rock on up. And very briefly, we'll do Navasana. Doing a little bit of core after back bends can be good to stabilize. Draw your hips back, maybe sit on a blanket if your tailbone gets sore easily. And we're gonna lift the knees. You can hold the ground with the legs. Lift the arms, you point the toes and extend. Navasana. And feet to the ground. Next pose is going to be a straddle. So if you have space and your heels don't hurt, you can stay where you are, but you might want to turn sideways and back up on the mat a little bit. Open the legs. At first, you just open the legs a bit, and eventually you can scoot them apart more. Any level you're doing, though, is fine, so long as you're not slouching too much. Sitting on a towel can help. And draw the sitting bones back. And then take a big stretch to the right side. At first, you're just holding the leg, eventually one hand and both on the feet, the foot, and roll the thighs back with both legs. And other side. Come on back to center. Next pose is called the square pose. So it's kind of like a meditation seat, which is cross-legged, but instead of having ankle in front of ankle, we're going to have the ankles in front of the knees. So it's cross-legged, it's like a triangle base, and this is a square base. And if you're well practiced and you know the double swan or the double pigeon, you can have your ankle up here, but you haven't warmed up the glutes that much in stretching, so the square should be just enough for today. We can do the double swan next week. That sounds good. And enjoy the forward bend. Relax down the back of the neck. Release those muscles in the glutes. Release your back, neck, and release the mind. Let's lift slowly. Switch. Which leg is in front? Ankle in front of the opposite knee. Take a nice forward bend.
Come on up. Let's go ahead and set up to lower onto the back again. Knees to chest. Take a happy baby stretch, the ankles above the knees and the knees widening. Lengthen the back of the neck. And feet to the ground. Next is butterfly, feet together. If you feel overarched in your low back, put something under your feet like a towel or a blanket. Let the knees open out for a nice release of the hips. The spine is supported by the ground below you. Sometimes you arrange your arms near your abdomen and chest, and that feels good. Sometimes you have the arms under the head. Whatever feels really good for you and your body, your practice. Take this time just for you. Really enjoy. And knees lift. Knees to chest. Open the arms, take the legs to the left. You could do an intermediate twist. The right arm is out to the side, the left hand is on the leg. You're welcome to do the basic twist just to keep it simple. Really relax. Let's do the other side. Let's come back to knees to chest. Squeeze it in, tuck your chin, give yourself one more big hug, and a nice thank you for practicing. Appreciate yourself and this moment, and then relax and let it all go. Take Shavasana pose. And breathe. Breathe a couple more deep breaths. And then breathe. Soft, effortless breath. Effortless breath. So the body and the mind falls into that effortless place as well. Closing the eyes and taking the time just to be. Deepen the breath slowly. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Gradually transition to knees to chest. And then a closing seat. One clearing breath and one Om to conclude. So breathe in through the nose, deep. Open mouth, let it out. And then inhale. Namaste. Right. We did it. Thank you all so much. This was wonderful practice and it flew right by.
please, if you're willing to, leave a picture of your practice space and or your smiling face in the comment section. Please give a like to this video, comment, a share, most importantly. And yeah, if you're able to, much appreciated if you can make a donation. Any size is fine. Some people have been making small donations. Some people have been making large, in between. I appreciate it all. Thank you all so much. It's so wonderful that we can still practice together. And it's really wonderful that I can practice with my friends who live far away. So if you join today and you don't live in my local area, just know that I'm thrilled that you're able to take my class. I'm just happy that everybody's still able to, even in the virtual realm. So it's only a matter of time. We're going to get back together in person. But because I enjoy so much being able to reach my friends far away, even when public classes are held again, I'm going to continue this virtual platforms on a lower level, but still consistent, putting classes out on a monthly basis. So thank you again. Thank you for any contribution you're able to do, whether it's sharing the video, leaving a donation, both is awesome. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the music. I'm going to keep up with the playlists. I try and put them up at least a half hour in advance. They're on Spotify, so find Gabriel Benjamin on Spotify. I'm labeling the playlist, the date and the time of the class. And there's might be a time where I forget to do a playlist, and we'll just use the style of playlist from a previous week, and it'll all work out. So I will see you, and please hit me up if you have any questions. Otherwise, looking forward to next time. Signing out of YouTube Live. Goodbye, YouTube Live.